The world of mixed martial arts has always had room for fighters with extreme physiques. Fighters so muscular that they look more like bodybuilders than MMA athletes. But there is one major promotion where these muscle monsters will never truly compete, and that is the modern UFC. It's not just about size or weight limits. The introduction of comprehensive anti-doping testing changed everything. In 2015, the UFC partnered with USADA to implement strict protocols. Then, in 2024, the promotion took direct control of its own anti-doping program, with Drug Free Sport International handling sample collection under independent scientific supervision. These standards have created barriers that fighters with extreme physiques simply can't overcome. The UFC might assign some of these fighters in the early days, but in the current landscape, with strict testing protocols, they don't stand a chance. Let's take a look at 7 huge fighters you'll probably never see in the UFC. Alain Galani stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 240 pounds of pure muscle, and is 50 years old. The Cameroonian fighter looks like someone photoshopped a bodybuilder's physique onto an MMA fighter's frame. Before transitioning to MMA, Galani built a resume as a 4-time world Muay Thai champion. He's competed primarily for one championship in Asia, where his fights draw more attention for his appearance than his record, which currently stands at 4 wins and 6 losses. The man struggles to stay under the heavyweight limit, not because of fat, but because of pure muscle mass. His physique is so extreme that athletic commissions would flag him immediately. One championship operates in regions where testing standards are minimal, which works perfectly for Ngalani's fighting style and physical presentation. There's no version of the modern UFC where a fighter with that extreme of a physique makes it through the anti-doping testing program. Ngalani has found his home in Asia, and that's where he'll stay. Ivan Sturkov is a Russian fighter who competes in the light heavyweight division. Standing 6 feet tall, he walks around at 230 pounds but cuts down to 205 for fights. Sturkov carries muscle mass that seems physically impossible for his weight class. His nickname, White Hook, is no exaggeration. The Russian has built a strong following, fighting primarily for ACA and RCC regional promotions in Russia, where testing ranges from minimal to non-existent. He's finished 12 opponents by knockout and 5 by submission, showing he has legitimate skills beyond just his appearance. In 2019, the Russian actually signed with the UFC, but USADA caught him with 2 positive tests for the anabolic steroid boldenone and suspended him for 2 years. The positive test caused the UFC to terminate his contract before Ivan ever stepped into the Octagon. He went back to building his career in Russia, and that's the only place where a physique like his can exist in modern MMA. Alistair Overeem did fight in the UFC, but we're talking about a very specific version of him here. The transformation from his early career to what fans called Ubereem remains one of the most dramatic physical changes in MMA history. Overeem started as a rangy light heavyweight. Then he moved to heavyweight and his frame changed completely. At his biggest, he looked like a different person entirely. The muscle mass he carried at 6'4" was unprecedented in the division. The famous pre-fight drug test failure before UFC 146 brought everything to light. His explanation involved eating meat from horses that had been injected with steroids. The UFC eventually allowed him back after his suspension, but by then his physique had already started to change. Current Overeem is a skilled technical heavyweight. Uber version of Alistair wouldn't survive 5 minutes in today's testing. The UFC knows it. Marush Pudzianowski won the world's strongest man competition 5 times. These are the athletes who pull airplanes with ropes and throw objects that weigh hundreds of pounds. The Polish strongman competed at over 300 pounds during his strength career. After retiring from strongman competitions, Pudzianowski transitioned to MMA and signed with KSW, Poland's largest promotion. His record stands at 13 wins and 7 losses, but his drawing power is undeniable. When he co-headlined KSW 39, nearly 58,000 people showed up. The UFC would love to have that kind of European star power on their roster, but there's a reason Pudzianowski fights in Poland and not the United States. KSW doesn't implement the same testing standards as American promotions. His physique. Even slimmed down from his strongman days, would never pass the UFC's current testing protocols. Pozianowski makes Brock Lesnar look small by comparison. That tells you everything you need to know about why he'll never compete in the UFC. Gabi Garcia belongs in the conversation about the greatest Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners of all time. She's won the ADC Championship 4 times and claimed 9 gold medals at the BJJ World Championships. The IBJJF inducted her into their Hall of Fame. Her MMA record stands at 7 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw, and she will never fight in the UFC. The promotion created a featherweight division specifically for Chris Cyborg, which already pushed the boundaries of women's weight classes. Garcia competes at weights that range from 205 pounds to 230 pounds. She fights in open weight bouts because there simply aren't opponents at her size. Gabi Garcia failed a USADA drug test and lost her 2013 IBJJF Pan, American, and World titles, and her entire MMA career has taken place in Japan and China. Most of her Risen fights wouldn't receive sanctioning in the United States. The muscle mass she carries would immediately raise questions with American athletic commissions. Garcia dominates in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition where testing exists, but MMA competition under the UFC's strict testing protocols is a completely different situation. The UFC has clearly decided it's not worth finding out. Bob Sapp has lost 18 of his last 21 fights. But when he arrived on the Japanese MMA scene in 2002, he was one of the sport's biggest attractions. Sapp stood 6'5" and weighed 330 pounds. After destroying 2 Japanese pro wrestlers in back-to-back Pride events, he fought Minotauro Nogueira in a bout that became legendary for its chaos. Pride turned him into a massive star, and the UFC would have loved to put him up against their heavyweight champion Tim Sylvia. The promotion even included Sapp as a playable character in UFC Undisputed 3, and who hasn't seen all those clickbait thumbnails on YouTube showing him fighting Conor McGregor? But reality made that impossible. Sapp's NFL career ended because of steroid violations. If he couldn't pass the NFL's strict drug policies, he had no chance with athletic commissions. Plus, weighing 65 pounds over the heavyweight limit is clear why Sapp never competed in the UFC. Geronimo Mondragon dos Santos was a Brazilian heavyweight who built his career fighting mainly in Russia and South America. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighing 242 pounds, Mondragon looked more at home on a bodybuilding stage than in a cage. The Brazilian racked up a record of 15 wins and 8 losses, fighting for promotions such as M1 Global. In Russia, where testing standards were virtually non-existent, his physique was so extreme that it became his calling card on the regional circuits. In 2012, the UFC signed Mondragon and scheduled a fight against Gabriel Gonzaga at UFC 153 in Brazil. This would have been his chance to compete on the biggest stage in MMA, but pre-fight medical exams revealed that he had hepatitis B, and the athletic commissions did not clear him to compete. The UFC terminated his contract before he even stepped into the Octagon. Tragically, Mondragon passed away in December 2024 after drowning in the Rio Negro in Brazil. He was only in his early 40s. His career represents a different era of MMA, when extreme physiques could thrive in regions without testing. But those days are over. Anti-doping testing has completely changed mixed martial arts. The fighters on this list built their careers in regions where testing standards were minimal or non-existent. Many would even like to see the UFC return to the early days of TRT-fueled fighters, but that's a topic for another video. Tell us in the comments what you think of the list. Who else could be on it? Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Chew. See you next time.